Welcome to episode 796 of Hard Factor. It is Tuesday, October 19th, 2021. Thank you for cheating on the news with us. We got Mark, Pat, Wes, and I'm Will. And before I tell you guys or we talk about what we're going to talk about today, I just wanted to tell you something that happened to me. A funny story from earlier before we recorded. This morning, my pinky ring, I've been wearing a pinky ring more often. Well, it just fell straight off my hand a bunch of times. And so,
because you lost weight?
Right. Oh. Thought I was pretty happy. I was like, man, I'm slimming down. And then I Googled it. Turns out it's just the cold weather. Cold weather makes your hand shrink.
What a fucked up Google.
The rings are just sliding right off. I'm still fat. So.
Oh, that's a messed up.
I mean, if that's not science, I don't know what science is. Well, if that's not science, that you're losing weight. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Why'd you need to Google it? Forget the Google. Forget you Googled it.
Because then I was like, nah, I don't think I have lost weight. Let me Google this. And lo and behold, turned out, yep.
Does my pinky look thinner, sweetie?
Wes, what happened with you and the fly?
I had the flies. I had a battle again. Well, you guys remember when I had that battle when the guy came over to fix my dryer and he left the outside grate open,
Sure.
I had just a fly infestation. So when my son's not here, I go to my girlfriend's house and stay. It's just most cozy over there, and we hang there. So I went over there for a full week, and I left my dishwasher open, and there was a bunch of food shit on there, and somehow a couple flies got in here, and they just went to town and banged each other, and so I had a fly orgy, and then I went in my garage and found out that's where the actual fly orgy was.
You got to bug bomb this place.
Oh, I did. I sprayed the fuck out of it. But I was in there for an hour spraying flies, and they were literally they were bombing me. They were coming after my eyes. They were aggressive.
They're defending themselves.
They were. So now my house smells like fly spray. So I gotta air it out. But they're all gone.
You gotta get a professional out there. That's an infestation.
No, they're gone now. It's okay.
Sure.
Yeah.
I mean, what is a professional doing differently than what you'd be doing? There's.
I always wonder that about pest control. Yeah.
It's time, right? It's time and willingness to get under the house.
It's really just keeping your house clean is the biggest thing for pest control.
They have some tools that I had to get a guy out to do all the hornets recently, and he had the Dan Goodman from Arachnophobia vest with the steamer. So that's the main tool is they've got a backpack that shoots steam that kills things like waspies or can kill flies, as opposed to Wes's spray you can buy at a store. They have an industrial sized, more liquid solution that just steams them all to death. Smokes them out.
It is satisfying though, killing your own.
Yeah, for sure.
It's bugs.
It's if a girl gets their esthetician's license, they can go to certain stores and get products that no one else can get for beauty and stuff. Yeah, that's true. Those guys get their hands on stuff that the consumer, I don't think, is able to buy.
Right. Yeah. Really kills the shit out of them.
Yeah.
That's what you want.
Yeah, but they're using the shit out of it, right? It's not like they're going light with it when they come over to do the job.
Right. No, I mean they're not like snake charmers, Pat. They're not like the Pied Piper. They're not tricking these bugs into following them. They're just destroying them. Yeah.
Right.
Brute force game. Okay, that was an enlightening conversation to kick it off. Now for the news, Pat is on the cup of coffee today. What are we talking about in there, Pat?
Oh, bro, what are we talking about? We're talking about the desecration of the grave of one of the greatest NFL players of all time. We're talking about a loss of an American leader. A bunch of stuff. What do you guys got?
Nice. I've got a Brian Laundrie Manhunt update for you guys.
Yes.
Mark West, what do you guys got?
Well, we're heading to Spain to meet some liars, then to Afghanistan to meet an idiot, and then finally to Australia to meet some infected in the TikTok.
Interesting.
I got a segment called The Silly South, which is, but it really is it's a Fools in Schools plus another story, but it's all in the South. So just give it a funny name, Silly South.
All right. Well, let's just, I don't know.
Cup of coffee in the big time.
Get into it. Fun fact of the day, boys. It's my fact today, so I get to pick it. It's about penises.
That tracks.
Yep. I don't know if you guys knew this, but human penises, used to have spines. That's right. Scientists believe that human penises, their spines were, I guess, to help them get erections faster and promoted more promiscuity. And penises with spines are more common in promiscuous species like cats now, but we used to have them. Also,
Did we get stuck? Did we stop getting them because we kept getting stuck?
I mean, that's the idea, right?
Yeah. I'm stuck. Sorry.
Yeah.
I think we talked about this, like the early Neanderthals or somewhere over.
They had
they had
penis
them, yeah.
bones.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I thought you might say that, Wes, so I brought a backup penis fact, and that's that fetuses can get erections.
Nice.
Really?
That's weird to think about.
They're in the womb. So.
In the womb getting
Can you
erected.
like is that the thing? No, it's just his erection.
Yeah. Well, imagine though, like he's like rock hard the day that they're doing the ultrasound. You're like, man, my boy has got a swinging dick on him, and then you find out that it was just a little baby dick. You know, and
Oh,
he's got like
man.
a totally average dick.
Can you Adam Can you Adam censor a baby in the womb? You know, like that new thing that Will brought up in the UK that tracks erections in your sleep.
Right. How soon can you get it installed on somebody?
Yeah, on a baby.
It's possible the technology exists.
Speaking of baby dicks, I'm having an awful dick day today. I think it's because of the cold
weather?
weather as well.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
the cold.
Will's
yeah.
pinky's falling off and your dick's
the
shrinking.
cold.
Everyone's
It's
shrinking. Yeah.
It's
Terrible.
the cold. It causes shrinkage for sure. Costanza
man,
wasn't lying.
I hope you didn't get caught by a salesman. If Wes gets caught by a salesman on a bad dick day,
And that guy's hung.
Yeah, I'm not leaving the house because I don't want to get in an accident and have them come across that today.
or
you know?
take out a loan.
Poor paramedics are like, oh, this poor guy, we should just kill him.
If you want to sell to Wes,
I
be
see
a
why he's not an
hung
organ donor.
guy with a tight,
Yeah.
like with bike shorts.
Anyway, holidays today, guys. Just two for you. It's National Kentucky Day. You know, we've been through enough of these days that not all states have days.
Yeah.
What the fuck?
Well,
Good
it's
for
a bluegrass
Kentucky.
state. So
Yeah. They also have colonels. They do have colonels. That's a real thing. You can be a Kentucky colonel. A lot of states don't have that kind of distinction. It's like being knighted if you're of value and you're from Kentucky.
so you're just
Very
a
cool.
citizen, but you're also a colonel.
I've met a couple Kentucky colonels.
Oh, like the colonel, the Kentucky
like the
Fried
colonel.
Chicken.
That's where they came from.
Colonel Sanders.
And then also, guys, it's National Seafood Bisque Day. So, there you
Not
go, Wes.
lobster bisque, but seafood bisque.
Seafood specifically. Lobster bisque is in there. It's celebrated, but it's not.
Probably the best of the seafood.
Right, you would
biscuits,
think lobster bisque
Yeah.
would get its own day.
It probably does. It probably does.
Yeah, it probably has its own day. Guys, today in history, October 19th, 1781, the U.S. defeated the British at Yorktown. Hell yeah. You guys remember that movie, The Patriot? Remember the end of that movie?
Yeah.
That happened today. Cornwallis, his bitch ass, surrendered 8,000 British soldiers and seamen to a larger Franco-American army. Remember, we were working with the French there, effectively putting an end to the American Revolution. Cornwallis, it was 7,087 officers and men, 900 seamen, 144 cannons, which is a gross. I wonder if that's where that comes from. 15 galleys, because it's gross, because he surrendered. A frigate, 30 transport ships, and get this, guys. Cornwallis didn't show up to the surrender ceremony because he said he was sick. He sent his number 2 instead because he's
Yeah,
a
he was
bitch.
an
What a
Asshole.
wuss.
He was, according to those movies, he was an asshole.
Was one of Gibson's kids like a turncoat in that movie? Was he like working for the?
No,
No?
that's not what happened at all.
No. Okay.
Do you wanna know
you're
what
thinking
happened?
of like Heath Ledger, maybe?
Yeah, yeah.
I thought one of his
was-
kids
it was
did
Heath
something
Ledger.
stupid. Yeah.
No,
What did
no.
he-
His kid wanted to join the military, right? Because
Right.
Gibson was involved in the, I guess the Indian American War, right, or whatever. And he was like a bad guy. It was called the Ghost. And Gibson's kid was like, "Well, I want to be like my dad. I'm going to go
Right.
sign up." And Gibson's like, "No, you better not." And he's like, "I'm
We're
going."
peaceful now. One of those
And
things.
then
Okay.
that gets someone killed. I'm pretty sure, if I remember correctly.
Okay, so his son gets killed. The movie's 25 years old. You don't have to.
It's a good
Yeah, you
movie.
can
so
stop.
I mean, Heath Ledger's even dead, in real life. So it does.
It's true.
It's true.
Just like his character in The Patriot, he's dead.
Thank you for his service. All right, guys, honorable mentions on the trending topics today. Apple rolled out a bunch of new products at their live stream event yesterday. I don't know if you guys watched it. I did.
I see that well, you might be covering this, but I see that there's no more 13. It got to go up to the 14 if you want a MacBook Pro.
Get out of here, 13.
Yeah.
Good move.
14 and 16-inch MacBook Pros, Bryce. Guys, pretty good. There's new colors for the HomePod Mini. The M1 Pro processor and the M1 Max processor are coming out. And there were rumors that there'd be a new Mac Mini, but that didn't happen. Didn't happen, sadly.
You gonna
That
get
was
one of these?
supposed to
Pat?
be. Yeah.
He's already ordered it.
Yeah, no. Well, today I'm ordering because you had to wait for it to get announced, and then now there's gonna be a street date, which we don't know when. Maybe in an hour or so we'll know, and I'll put that on a credit
Prices are
card.
pretty normal though, on par with like regular Apple releases, right? Or are they high?
Yeah, no, they're about normal.
They're dead on. But if things keep going the way that I think they're going to go today as well in the stock market, I might get the most badass motherfucking MacBook Pro because the Bitcoin ETF, the first Bitcoin ETF, will be trading today on the New York Stock Exchange from a company called ProShares. They're launching this thing. Essentially, the big deal, right, is that the ETF will give investors exposure to Bitcoin without having to actually get the Bitcoin, hold it, etc. So it's it's a fund tied to Bitcoin futures. So big
Which exchange is it listed on?
NYSE, bro.
Wow, it's big.
I saw
Bitcoin-
Grayscale is the one that like is really behind this, right? They're the big investment firm, Grayscale. They're like they're leading the charge on this.
Could be. I don't know, but it's a big deal. Bitcoin's at like 62. I bet it's going to go to 70 by week's end. That's my prediction.
They're definitely going to beat the last all-time high with this move. It seems like because they were, like you said, they're already approaching the all-time high before the ETF drops. So.
It's pretty sexy, guys. So get some Bitcoin. All right, number three. Patrick Mahomes' little brother, Jackson Mahomes. I thought this was a joke. I thought this was a
No,
joke.
you don't know about Jackson Mahomes?
No, I know. Now I know about him. But I thought, oh, that must be a Patrick Mahomes fake brother parody account, like a Roger Clinton situation. But no, he's a real guy.
It's a lot like Roger Clinton, or yes.
No, you're right. It's a Roger Clinton situation. Big time. If you haven't seen Jackson Mahomes, do yourself a favor and Google this asshole. He is a gangly, awkward piece of shit, and I can say that because on Sunday, after I watched the Chiefs defeat our Washington football team, myself, Wes, and Will, I learned that his little brother, Patrick Mahomes' little brother, danced on the grave of Washington football team legend Sean Taylor.
It wasn't the grave.
It was his number. It was his family's designated area within the VIP area.
Didn't they put them in there to stand the whole game?
Let me show you.
Isn't that on the football team for putting them in there?
There's a couple.
Yeah.
Yes, there's a couple aspects to this. Jackson Mahomes is an asshole.
Yes.
For dancing on the 21.
Yes.
But there's some other things the WFT could have done to make this a lot better.
They stuck him right in the middle of it.
All right, hold on.
I don't know if you've seen everything they did to the Taylor family.
That's a
no,
dispute. That's a dispute whether they
No,
stuck him
it's
in the
a
middle
fact. They also unveiled Sean Taylor Way or Sean Taylor Street directly in front of a bunch of porta potties. That's where the photo op was at.
of them. Well, they had 3 days to plan it to move the news cycle
because
off.
it was all alive.
Can
because
you
it was
imagine the emails Snyder's exchanging with whoever's in charge now, the GM, Bruce Allen or whoever the equivalent is? They were probably
Jason
very,
Wright is the president,
very
yeah.
vulgar. Just naked cheerleader and Sean Taylor. Thank God he's dead. Let's put him in front of porta potties.
obvious publicity stunt all the way, and Jackson Mahomes made it worse.
All right, well, guys,
He took their minds off it more. He's contributing to the plan even more.
Yeah.
here's a video. Let me
He'll
know what you
dance
think.
in that square.
So I muted
help
it, but
Look at him. He's right on top of the number.
Yeah.
he's
Not
Look
doing
at
even a
this
good
shit
dance.
they do. Look at this shit.
Not even
they
a
do.
good dance.
Oh,
It was
it's
a
terrible.
shit dance.
he was doing a dumb little fucking TikTok. This guy's
It's like
like,
two moves. It's like a hand thing, and you go to the side. And that's
What do they
it.
call them? They're like something
Wiggle
boys.
dickers.
Wiggle dickers. Yeah.
Wiggle dickers.
Yeah.
yeah, he's a real piece of shit. So I guess there was quite a bit of backlash here. So Jackson Mahomes, again, real guy. Jackson Mahomes tweeted, I want to sincerely apologize for accidentally being on the Sean Taylor number 21 at FedEx Field. We were directed to stand in that area, and I meant absolutely no disrespect to him or his family.
What do
And
you
that
mean
guy-
when you keep saying real guy? Yeah, he's a real guy.
No, because it's like it's. Dude,
You
it's
can't
like,
believe this guy exists.
What's McEnroe's brother? It's like a fake made up guy. Did you see this guy? He causes trouble at the games regularly.
All the
It's like
time.
if Billy Ripken was an influencer, not a baseball player. Like he's not even skilled enough to like be. Is he an athlete? I don't even know,
Dude,
But
I don't fucking know.
but-
He's gigantic. I'll tell you that much.
He's just a TikTok influencer, to my knowledge.
He's like Chris Farley's character from Black Sheep.
He's like
to
Chris
his
Farley's
senator
brother, Kevin
Yeah.
Farley. Yeah.
He's like Chris.
From End Together. Remember that show? Okay, guys. So this is one of my favorite replies of all time to that tweet. So he said we were directed to stand there where he did his little TikTok dance, And at Mile High Nick replies, and Nick posted a photo of the roped off area. So they had maybe 5 stanchions roping off the 21 as if to say, don't stand on the dead guy's number today. And Mile High Nick says, you were directed to stand in an area that was roped off?
Okay, so you notice that picture, that's cherry picking, actually. That picture was after the game. You see that the stadium's empty. During the game, that was actually where the Taylor family was standing, and it's connected to the VIP area. So all they did, Washington football team, was they spray painted a 21 on half of the on-field VIP area, and then they just told the Taylor family to stand on top of the 21, and the rest of the VIPs stand next to them. So the Mahomes literally, like, Jackson Mahomes is probably right. The fucking Washington football team fucked this up beyond belief.
Well, they of course, because they're trying to do a distraction. Now, timeout. Is this like an anniversary?
No,
Jersey retirement.
No.
His death happened next month.
No,
It's like,
see,
it's
there's no reason to do this besides distract from the emails.
Yeah, we
it's
know that.
terrible.
Yeah.
That's true. But my point is,
There's no point.
he was like, hey,
There's no
where-
anniversary. There's no retirement thing.
my brother's in the game. Where can I do my TikTok? I'm a grown man. Where can I dance in front of the camera? He at a Ravens game that Mahomes was playing in. So he goes to all his brother's games. He fucking poured water on the fans who were talking shit to him, and then afterwards he goes, "They were thirsty." It's like, you're a piece of shit.
He's an asshole.
Go home. Go home.
He's an asshole. He made an asshole day. Like, Sean Taylor was one of the brightest memories for Redskins fans at the time, Washington football fans now, if you've been following the team for a long time. It's one of your only fond memories of the last several decades, right? And then this whole, like, the way they fucked over the Sean
like they
Taylor,
killed him
Sean Taylor's
again.
family.
It's like they killed him
and then
again.
Jackson Mahomes is dancing on his number. It's what the fuck? It is the most disgraceful memory.
Some
tribute.
wiggle dicker.
Just dance on his number.
All right. Well,
I mean, he's up in heaven, like. Oh,
let's move
like,
on. This
can't
guy's a piece of
believe
shit. Imagine going to work with your brother and just creating trouble.
Do you mind if I dance on the sidelines all game, Pat?
Where should I do my TikTok security?
Yeah.
Number 2, Conor McGregor went to Italy this week to do 2 things. 1, baptize his son. 2, kick ass. And while
He was
over
all
there,
out of sons.
He ran out of sons to baptize. You know what I mean? So he kicked some ass. Yeah, guys, after letting the Pope and the Vatican staff handle his nude infant, Conor needed to blow off some steam, naturally. So he did so by punching an Italian DJ, Francesco Facchinetti, right in the fucking face. This is according to claims that Facchinetti made on social media, saying the MMA star punched him in the face for no reason while they were out partying over the weekend. And I guess this is an IG video. He said, this is in Italian, so it's Italian to English, so it's a little bit broken. He said, at 2:30 this night, I was attacked by Mr. McGregor, the very famous McGregor who punched me in the mouth, broke my nose in front of 10 witnesses. You guys getting the tone here? His friends and his bodyguards. He attacked me without motivation. We talked for more than 2 hours, and we also had fun together. I could have shut up and not say anything to anyone, but since I'm here to tell it, I must say that this person's really violent and dangerous.
And
rich, and those were lawsuit languages. His wife, Wilma, also got on her account and described the incident, saying he threw a punch in the face of Francisco.
He hit me. He hit my Francesco right in the face.
Yeah, he was inviting us to another party. Francesco said, okay, let's go, and then he hit him. Luckily, Francesco was very close, so McGregor couldn't load up on his punch. Francisco did
This
fly
is the wife.
backwards.
This is the wife that said this.
This is the wife.
So he got his ass knocked down and his nose broken, and his wife's saying he's lucky that McGregor couldn't load up and do worse.
Well, you're gonna
That's
see
embarrassing.
Why. You're gonna see
Francesco's a bigger pussy.
Yeah, thank God.
Thank God.
why. This is all lawsuit bullshit. She's saying that he couldn't load up, but then he did fly backwards, fall into a table, and then was on the ground. The first thing that came to mind was, "Are you kidding me? Is it a show?" Then I was paralyzed. Blah 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 blah. Point is, look at the picture of this guy. I wanted you guys to see what Francesco looks like, and keep in mind, you know, there's the reason that the rumor exists that Mike Tyson got charged with assault with a deadly weapon or boxers. Okay, this is Conor fucking McGregor.
Oh, come on.
Wait, that's the guy's lip.
That's
He's
the
got-
guy.
That's not a broken nose.
It doesn't look like a broken nose. It looks like he got punched like in
bit
the
his
mouth a
lip
little
a
bit.
little
Yeah,
bit.
yeah, he got
Look like
punched
you
a
might
little
have
bit. in the-
backhanded him like a little sloppy.
Right, like yeah.
It looks like Conor McGregor was playing a game that this kid wasn't playing, but by no means.
But they couldn't even like put like makeup on his nose like to discolor it at all. That looks like a perfectly fine nose.
Yeah,
it's fine.
I agree.
All he's got is flipping up his one swollen lip.
Yeah.
That
What does he
was
want? He wants like $100,000 from McGregor. Is that what he's looking for?
Oh, he's definitely said that he's going to sue McGregor. McGregor, who's worth north of $200 million.
Yeah.
So,
McGregor just.
But McGregor keeps doing this. I mean, like, to be fair, McGregor is a piece of shit that keeps punching people in the face. So, like,
Well, when
this
McGregor
isn't easy.
goes
All you
out-
have to do is put your face within arm's reach of McGregor these days, and you can
But
do
he's
this.
so rich. He's so rich. Like most people, when they go out, they're thinking like, all right, I got to pay for the babysitter. I got to pay
Right.
for the drinks. I got to pay for the dinner. I got to pay for the tip. Does McGregor just all of a sudden think I got to pay for a punch lawsuit?
Yes.
Like I got to settle out of court for
Yeah, it's called
smashing
insurance,
Some
Will.
guy.
I've got to get a new
he's
suit.
got that insurance, whatever that is.
It's a double suit night every night. He gets a new suit that he wears, then he gets a new lawsuit every
Right.
time he goes out. Yeah.
When he gets pissed at
Two
somebody
suits.
who insults his wife, and then he just automatically punches him in the face.
It sounded like Francesco just, thought he was better friends with McGregor than he was. And so if you're too close to him and you're too friendly, he'll punch you. If you're mean, he'll punch you. He'll just punch you. Like he punched the old guy that didn't take the shot of his whiskey. He tried to punch Machine Gun Kelly for not taking a picture with him.
It's his
he
love
punched
language.
Francesco for hurrying him to the next party. Yeah.
Just gotta stay away from them.
That's what they're saying, Wes.
Yeah.
All right. Anyway, guys, this is the numero uno, or as some would say.
The cream of the crop!
Okay. General Colin Powell has died at age 84 after succumbing to complications from COVID-19 due to his compromised immune system. This according to a Facebook post by his family. Colin was the nation's first black national security advisor, chairman of the Joint Chiefs of Staff, and, most importantly, Secretary of State. And according to the New York Times, many remember the former Secretary of State for staying true to his beliefs, which is clearly evidenced in the fact that his whole life and professional career he demanded people call him Colin, even though his name is spelled exactly the same as the name Colin, C-O-L-I-N. He stuck with his Jamaican parents' pronunciation of his name, I'm sure in the face of teasing and bullying, even though the pronunciation that he went with means last stop before the butthole.
Yeah.
He's a principled guy. There's no doubts about that.
That's perseverance right there.
He was the first black Secretary of State. I think he said National Security Advisor, but
Yep.
He may have been
NSA
Both? Could've
advisor.
been- was it both?
It's all three.
probably both.
Okay.
Yeah, probably
Joint
both.
Chiefs of Staff and Secretary of State. Guys, the Times also said Colin was known for, quote, admitting to his mistakes. And for those of you who were not yet awake, during the early 2000s, they're talking about the part he played in convincing the Congress to go to war with Iraq.
Right.
But beyond that little
Who
white
was
lie.
who was the Cheney, right? He was the people think Cheney was the grand poobah of that mastermind.
Oh, it was all them. It was all them. Cheney definitely came out today and was like, fine man.
That was the crew.
Yeah.
It was
They probably all
Rumsfeld,
knew, right?
Cheney.
Yeah.
Yeah, they all knew. Don't try to assassinate a president's father, because they get mad and they find weapons of mass destruction that are not there. But guys, beyond that little white lie,
Well, what was the guy's name? The UN scientist, Max. What's his name that they sent out? And he was like, "Yeah, they probably got him."
oh, it was a ton of pressure from all sides. There's
Max,
a
what's his face?
bunch of great
German
stories coming out about that right now.
Was he just an actor?
Essentially, it was like
Some
one.
poor guy. They were
Yeah.
like, "Say this weapons of mass destruction, Max."
Yeah, Max got thrown under the bus, literally because it was a bus. And they
Excuse
thought they
me?
were it was mobile mass WMD sites or whatever they were. But yeah, Powell was generally regarded with respect and admiration from the public and his colleagues from both sides of the aisle for his lifetime of public service and generally nonpartisan progressive agenda. He was pro-women, pro-technology, and he made his own calls. Didn't always stick to party lines. Yeah, that's Colin Powell. Again, I couldn't believe spelled Colin.
Yeah.
So
We had our good buddy
R.I.P.
Colin spells it the same way, and I always wanted to call him Colin as a joke because of that.
yep. But then that would have offended him.
Right.
And that's why Colin Powell was tough as nails. Guys, you got to wake up early, right, if you want to get shit done. And when I wake up early, I'm an absolute wreck, like the worst, until I've had my coffee. And we have a great coffee partner who's sponsoring the show today. It's Beanbox, and it's fantastic. It's changing the way that I consume coffee in the morning. No morning is complete without a cup of coffee, and brewing your daily cup at home just hits different, right? Beanbox elevates your coffee ritual even further with curated selections of world-class coffees delivered right to your door. Previously, guys, I just been getting Dunkin' coffee from the grocery store, and I was like, this is pretty good. right? And then, when I had Beanbox, I was like, well, what was I doing? Why wasn't I having good coffee?
Gourmet selections.
I was intimidated, first of all, because coffee guys and coffee girls are really intimidating, to say the least. But now, Beanbox kind of like opened the back door. I was like, psst, you could be a coffee guy, too.
You're not going to make that mistake again now. So.
No, now I'm going to say, yeah, I'm a coffee guy. I had the Brazilian roast. I know what you're talking about. Really, guys, try it. It's amazing. It's really good coffee. Fantastic. I like the dark roast because I like the one that packs a punch, personally. Smells
Plus,
great.
I like how it's cool how they have like the numbers on it. Like it has the roast. Like it tells you on the bag like what all the details, the stats of the roast.
I changed the label of the dark roast to the Conor McGregor at 3 a.m. because I want to know.
Knock you right in the face. But then really Mark only had a 1. When evidenced by how woke he was, like Francesca or whatever. Guys, take the guided tour of some of the best coffees in the world with Beanbox. Order today at beanbox.com/hardfactor. That's one word, beanbox.com/hardfactor. Get your first tasting box for just $5 with the promo code hardfactor. One word.
Can't beat that.
Yeah, it's your first monthly tasting box for just $5 when you use promo code hardfactor at beanbox.com/hardfactor. So it's like nothing, right? So just go try it, do it. You'll thank me later.
Yeah, deal. You're gonna spend $15 on a bag of coffee.
More than that on one individual Starbucks.
Right. Yeah. Oh yeah, for sure. Oh yeah.
Like this is like way
$6.50,
better and way
yeah.
more. Yeah.
Absolutely. Yeah, it can be.
And they're going
can
to
be
talk down to you.
Yeah, you don't have to deal with those.
You asked for
those
what?
baristas.
We don't have that.
Yeah.
I was at a.
Did you say your name was Bart or Mark?
I was at a coffee shop the other day. They didn't even put in. I was sitting there with my coffee for like 5 minutes. They hadn't even put in my food order. You wouldn't have to worry about that at home because you would be cooking your own food order.
That's right.
With your bean box in hand, caffeinated.
It's good. Give it a shot. All right, guys. Got a double for you. I'm going to call the Silly South. And one is also Fools That Work in Schools, as I said.
They're going to love it down south.
Yeah, the silly Southerners. First, I've got a rap for you guys, okay? It goes, welcome to Atlanta, where the players play, and the Waffle House waitresses pull gats that they'll spray. If you complain about your order and it's too late in their day, so keep your mouth shut and eat them eggs, unless you want to get a slug sent deep in your legs, right?
Is that Jermaine Dupri? Is that Jermaine Dupri?
In the beginning, yeah.
Yeah.
But then that's all Wes Shepherd right at the end. Yeah.
Is it AI?
No, it's Jermaine Dupri.
Jermaine Dupri and Ludacris.
Jermaine Dupri and Ludacris, yeah. Welcome to Atlanta.
Oh.
Yeah. So we're going to Atlanta, and it's true. Just ask Candy Franklin, who was dining at the Waffle House, and here's the actual news story. We're going to hear from Candy himself.
Had some frightening moments for a customer after he says that a waitress at a Waffle House pointed a gun at his head after a dispute over food. Atlanta police confirmed that they're investigating the early Wednesday morning incident. Newshead reporter Eric Perry talked with that customer about the chaotic ordeal.
This customer tells me it happened at this Waffle House in downtown Atlanta, all starting over cheese eggs. He tells me the incident has left him scrambled.
Nice pun.
Shoot like she'll blow my brains out.
Candy Franklin says an argument with the waitress over food sizzled out of control early Wednesday morning.
Come
That's,
on.
I don't have no cheese eggs. They got my cheese eggs wrong. First, they didn't bring them to me. Then they brought me some normal eggs. That's why I had cheese on. You know, I took them and everything. And it all was just a normal dispute over food. I would never in a million years think that it'd come to gun violence.
Franklin says it happened at the Marietta Street location in downtown Atlanta. He says a simple situation cracked out of control.
I said, I'm looking down at my food,
three,
trying to
right?
make sure it's right. And I see
at
people
least 3
just running,
points.
you know. So that's when I look up, and she had the gun at me like this. Then I was like, you tripping, you ain't finna do nothing. And she caught it back. So I'm like, well, maybe she is finna do something. Now it's time for me to turn the Rambo and try to get on up out of there.
Atlanta police confirmed they are investigating the incident.
I was fearing for my life, because like I said, I had been shot before, and I just lost it because of the gun violence. So all that went through my mind.
A representative from Waffle House told me they have received a customer complaint and have launched an investigation.
No more Waffle House for me at all.
Pretty
As
short
tensions
investigation,
boil,
probably.
Franklin is glad things weren't worse.
It was like
handwriting
egg and
complaint?
cheese now, you know. Yeah,
It
never
ain't
that
easy
serious,
being
never.
He did one too.
Oh, my God.
4 or 5 puns in there. So
'Dude, that guy's name is Candy.
Candy.
That guy
That's
was
his. That's probably not his real name, but yeah,
That guy
Candy
was
goes
awesome.
by Candy. Yeah.
So they didn't give him his cheese eggs, then they almost killed him.
I
Yeah,
love
the
how
waitress.
Candy.
That's fucked up.
I love how he clarified that he had been shot before.
Yeah.
Like he
Oh, yeah.
like.
So I was probably more scared because I can understand the damage that can be done here.
But he wasn't.
Yeah.
And Eric
No.
Perry, the newsman, was not taking it seriously, punning all over the guy's near-death experience.
Yeah.
I
Yes.
think they were all just happy to be on TV about it.
Yeah.
yeah.
They all just spent 10 minutes coming up with different egg puns. Cracked, scrambled,
Right.
cheesy,
Sizzling.
sizzling.
Did you hear him though? He said he looked down and then everyone started running and he looks up and the waitress is just pointing a gun at his head.
Because he
Man.
was screaming about some cheese
Yeah,
eggs.
he wanted the cheese eggs.
Oh my god.
You don't want to mess with a waitress when she's on a short fuse.
What if she was on a double?
Oh, it was like 3 a.m. Waffle
Triple,
House. Yeah, at the
she
end
was
of
on
her
a
shift,
double or
yeah.
a triple, and he was giving her shit about the cheese eggs.
Man, we went to a Waffle House one time, and there were police outside at 2 a.m.
One time?
and I was like,
Every
officer,
time.
Well, I was like, officer, what happened? And the officer was like, oh man, it got too busy in there. And I was like, wait. So they called 911 because it got too busy in there. He's like, yeah, short-staffed.
I don't think I've ever been to a Waffle House after 2 a.m. and there wasn't either a cop eating there or.
Oh no, they
there.
shut it down though.
Yeah. Oh,
They
yeah,
Called,
no,
they
there are-
called in municipal reinforcements
There's
for
always
the.
a scene there. Yeah.
It's basically a bar. I mean, everyone's hammered. and-
Everybody's
and-
hammered.
Yeah.
It's like that's a good place to go if you're looking for like drugs or something. Waffle
Or
House.
cheese eggs. Yeah. Drugs and cheese eggs.
So
Or
Franklin
cops,
says
right?
he doesn't want the woman to do any jail time, but he does want her held accountable. So
Yeah,
she'll
maybe
be
she
fired.
maybe she should go to a different industry. I don't know if customer service is her thing.
Waffle House might have like a 3-strike, policy when it comes to pulling guns on patrons. So
Oh, I was gonna say, do you think this counts as 2 strikes the guns, but you think it's 3 strikes each
Yeah.
one for a gun? Okay.
Yeah.
I feel like threatening customers might be 3 strikes each, but like gun violence is like a double strike.
It might be a
Customer
double,
service,
yeah.
in general, not the thing to go into if you're gonna pull a gun. Just because like
Right.
you're gonna want to pull that gun all the time.
all the
All
time.
the time.
They're gonna have to get
All the
lockers in there with locks.
Yeah.
Time locks that lock during the shift.
In fact, that should be the only question on the interview for Waffle House is: are you going to bring your gun into work ever?
Ooh, it'd be way better if it was a scenario.
Like
Probably.
you're going to leave it outside, hopefully, or you're going to
Yeah, but what if they're like they want it for the chefs, but not for the
Right.
for the waitress.
That's fine as long as the chefs don't customer face.
As long as the chefs just
keep
know
keep
when.
that gun away from the
Right,
waitresses.
Keep it hidden. Keep it out
Yeah.
of sight until it's
Hey, shoot
time.
my table clean real quick.
You need like an air marshal waitress in every Waffle House, right?
Yeah. Oh, no, a fake patron
Yeah.
to calm down, but they're on the Waffle House payroll to calm down the waitresses like a fake
Yeah.
patron.
All right,
I'm here for
everybody.
you. Yeah.
Let's chill out. Everyone go chill out now. All right, next let's go to South Carolina where this woman and Rocky Creek Elementary School teacher, not bad looking, 27-year-old Victoria Weiss is in some very big trouble. And I know what you guys are thinking. No, she didn't try to fuck the principal on her desk after school and then blackmail the married man for a raise. No, she wasn't tied up and fucked by the janitor in the janitor's closet because she was, keeping her, class too messy. Nothing like that, you guys.
No, we weren't thinking that.
Nothing like that.
Are
No,
you sure?
You
yeah, I'm pretty sure.
You using that ExpressVPN, Wes? Yeah.
Okay. No, actually, Victoria's in trouble because she was handing out edibles to students in her her reward box. And no, her reward box is not slang for vagina either, guys. No, according to a report,
Reward box is good.
that's what they called it, prize box, reward box.
Yeah.
According to the report from WIS-TV, authorities said that Weiss brought a bag of candy from Dollar General to her classroom and that 2 students were allowed to pick from it. One student grabbed a bag labeled Stony Patch Kids, thinking they were Sour Patch Kids, and authorities said detectives confirmed during interviews that Wise took the pack of edibles from the student and told them to pick another item from her reward box. And Lexington, the student went back to the box and happened to grab another pack of edibles that she didn't notice.
Shut up.
Yeah, the student left with the gummies and asked a teacher at an after-school daycare program to help open them, and they were like, what the fuck is this? And, yeah.
Oh, shit.
So they
What is-
contacted...
Go ahead.
So the daycare contacted the school, and the assistant principal found the package and marijuana gummies.
You are fucked.
Yeah, you're fucked.
What physically was her reward box? Was it the glove box to her car? How is she putting all these edibles in the reward box?
It's just there's probably a shoebox
Is
full
it
of
her
candy,
purse?
that you give. You
She's
can't
just
go
the
on
most
this shit.
aloof person of all time.
Why
She's
is she
just
mixing her personal edibles in the classroom
Right.
reward box?
How messy is her home?
Yeah.
I gotta wonder. Where your edibles are just mixed in willy nilly with the candy, and you're a teacher.
Go ahead, reach in Mrs. So-and-so's purse, Mrs. Weiss's purse here.
You guys are really missing what's probably going on here because I
do you-
smell a
what do you think?
boyfriend. I smell a boyfriend big time in this situation.
You think a boyfriend is sabotaging
in the
this
class?
situation?
Oh, no,
he's in the classroom.
I think that a boyfriend is bringing over these stony baloney pills, and I think that he's mixing them in with her candy. I think that's what
No,
happened.
the
for
package
his
was
consumption.
sealed.
Yeah.
The package was sealed as Stony Patch Kids.
No, I understand.
And then the other package was
Pat's saying that
sealed
she's
brownies.
just, these have been left in her premises.
So she didn't have any clue. You
A
don't think?
reward box, I promise you, is a blind box. That used to have these in my elementary school. You reach in, you don't see what you're grabbing. There's a bunch of usually airheads in there. You pull it out.
So so you think she brings the reward box home and fills it, and then brings it back to class, and the boyfriend also fills it?
Maybe there's a receptacle that she, like a basket, she keeps candy in at
right,
home.
you're saying he puts his candy in there, and it's
The boyfriend hated her.
I don't know.
I don't know.
I know a boyfriend's involved.
Are you sure?
Okay.
Because I think she just is like kind of a silly person, a silly Southerner.
She's great. She's a
edibles
great
on
representative
my
of the Silly
accident.
South segment. Yeah.
I don't know why they make these fucking like kid-looking candy weeds. Like weed edibles is like it's like a fucking hardcore. It's more hardcore than cocaine in my
Well,
opinion.
you also know you're in. I think usually in a legal state when you have the ones that look like actual candy.
Yeah,
like
this
I
is
think
South Carolina.
For the most part, the legal ones are all like properly labeled and stuff.
It's
so
so
like,
I can fly them home from legal states, Pat. That's why.
Right.
it's true.
Exactly. So yeah, she turned herself in. They searched her house. They found more edibles that looked exactly the same. So they're like, yeah, okay.
she's just a huge stoner, man.
Right.
You got to pay more attention, lady. What are you
That
doing?
would have destroyed a young mind.
Oh yeah, it would have fucked them up.
Oh my God! Can you
Imagine
imagine if
the
they
coloring?
did the whole? If they did the whole the coloring? If they did the whole
Could've
Stony
unlocked something
Patch
too, though.
Kids?
What if
Yeah.
Yeah,
Holy
so-
shit!
kid's gonna be a coloring book master.
Yeah. That kid
So-
would never be the same.
No, you wouldn't. So Wise turned herself in. She's probably trying to seduce the late night guard right now. She's facing possession of a Schedule I drug charge. No longer a teacher
Oh,
of the school
come
district.
on. Give
Yeah.
it a break with that. She just needs to
She's
be out
fired.
of teaching.
Yeah,
You know,
she's
get her
fired.
out of
She's
it.
gone.
Yeah.
The superintendent said, quote, "The safety of our students is our top priority," said Superintendent Dr. Greg Little. "It is unacceptable for our staff member to potentially threaten the well-being of a child." Off the record, Little told reporters, "I really hate to see her go. She was one of our hottest teachers and clearly a party girl. It was only a matter of time before she came to me looking for a promotion or a raise. You know what I mean? You catch my drift? You picking up what I'm putting down?"
Yep.
Yeah, he's a little
Tough break
disappointed.
for him.
Yeah,
Yeah.
tough break for him. She's gone.
Guy's picture.
His hands were tied.
You say that that's the only way that guy gets some.
Oh, I mean, look.
He needs to put a little carrot on a stick.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's giving out raises left and right.
Do you think I like being principal of the school for the kids?
I looked at his Twitter. He's got 3 posts about kids in the last 4 months. He
Yeah.
didn't care. So
All right.
that's it.
There you go. So silly Southerners. So pack your bags because, like John Denver, we're leaving on a jet plane.
It's time for the TikTok International Moment.
And like I said earlier, we're headed to Spain to meet some liars, then to Afghanistan to meet an idiot, and finally to Australia to meet some infected. We'll leave it at that. First up, famed Spanish crime and thriller novelist Carmen Mola won a huge book award, the Planeta Prize. She won that award recently for her novel, The Beast. It's like the biggest Spanish novelist award. And The Beast focuses on a journalist, a policeman, and a young woman who hunts down a serial killer. Interesting book, it sounds like. And there was no surprise, as Carmen's books fly off the shelves, and especially her series featuring popular character detective Ilana Blanco, described by publisher Penguin Random House, big publisher, as a peculiar and lonely woman and a lover of grappa, karaoke, collects cars, and has sex in SUVs.
Wow.
Okay.
So that's an interesting lady.
Party girl.
Yeah, she's like James Bond type deal. So Carmen won as expected, but what was not expected was that 3 men would accept the rewards and cash prize in front of the likes of the King and Queen of Spain on Carmen's behalf because, drum roll, they were Carmen. Carmen Mola was the pseudonym of 3 television writers, Agustin Martinez, Jorge Diaz, and Antonio Mercero.
The nom de dudes.
That's awesome.
These 3 guys pretended to be a woman. Surprise, we are she, is what they said.
We weren't going to tell you, but there's a lot of money.
There's a big prize, the king. Hey. The people are flipping out because it
Does the book make you less horny? Answer me that.
people are flipping out because it always said on the website for Mola's agent, the writer who has been compared to Italy's esteemed novelist Elena Ferrante, is what they say in the thing, is described as Madrid-born author. This is how they're saying Carmen, who writes under a pseudonym in a bid to remain anonymous, but that she also has a family and children and a husband. And then they also put a bunch of pictures up on the website of Carmen like this, always facing backwards. Just some random woman on the website that's Carmen. There she is, Carmen Mola.
She's like Banksy.
Yeah, exactly. So this pissed off a lot of feminists and literary feminists like Beatriz Jimeno of Spain, who blasted these dudes online. And in 2020, a regional branch of the Women's Institute included Carmen Mola's work as part of a selection of feminist reading alongside Canadian poet Margaret Atwood and Spanish writer Irene Vallejo. So they were really milking the, oh yeah, we're a woman, and they were accepting all the perks that came along with pretending to be a woman. Yeah.
That's awesome. It's amazing how
3 guys
many
the whole time.
really smart people do this.
Yeah.
You find there's so much catfishing that's done in academia. Where professors are faking they're another professor or it's
These
this
guys
is
had
the
a
first
great
time we've done
idea
something
for
like
a
this.
badass feminist character, but they thought it would be more
Better
popular
from a
coming from a
female
woman's
author.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
I would argue, that does happen in academia, but more so in literature. This has been going on in literature forever.
Pseudonyms, yeah.
Well, there was
Ghostwriting
that.
ghostwriting
There was
also.
that. Remember that woke professor that created the other professor
yeah.
who was a
Yeah,
Native
yeah.
American that would back up her.
Yeah. Well, it's super easy to do in the literary world. It's harder to do in the music world outside of Milli Vanilli because you have to lip sync if you're on stage and writing. And it's not like you're watching someone write a novel. Hey, it's easy to
claim to
have
be whoever you
ghostwriters.
want
You can claim to be
as an
whoever the
author.
fuck you want. So people were pissed off, but the King of Spain, King Felipe, was thrilled, saying, "I'm so relieved. I really like the books, but could never tell anyone because it's of course embarrassing to be a fan of females' work. Now I can put all these novels on the King's bookshelf. Just don't tell me they're gay later,
Did you guys ever see that documentary, My Kid Could Paint That?
Yes, and it was a lie.
Yeah, it was her name was Marla Olmsted, and
she
she was
was
a
painting?
child prodigy.
Yeah.
They said that she was painting, but it was actually they
was the
think
mom.
it were her parents. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, it was this 4-year-old girl they said was making professional art.
Yeah, she was an abstract artist. It was amazing art.
Yeah, they would only show her start the painting and then they would pan away and then
the one they
come
filmed all
back
the way
3
through
hours
was
later.
shit.
Yeah.
So much of the world is just bullshit. and
Oh,
trash.
bro.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's that new documentary, Misha and the Wolves, about the woman that pretended that she lived with wolves as a Holocaust survivor, but she just wasn't and didn't. It was an
What was-
international bestseller. They just did
What
a
was the point of that?
Because she was great book, bro.
Yeah,
Her lie was a great
written
book.
well, and she wanted.
It
to
is
make money.
interesting. Being raised by wolves is interesting. I'll give her that. All right. Let's head over to Afghanistan and check in on the Taliban over there. Let's see what all the new schooling in Kabul for the men only now is doing to their intelligence. I have a clip to play you of a Taliban official who was asked to find Afghanistan on a 3D globe while it was all being recorded on video, and it was I had to get it translated to English, otherwise you wouldn't have been able to hear it. So here it is translated to English. Guys got to find Afghanistan on the map. Taliban official. And don't worry, Abdul, we'll start with a nice, easy one. Tell us where Afghanistan is.
Where is Afghanistan?
Yes, Afghanistan. Where you live. Yes, where we are right now. The blue is ocean. Quit spinning it. Just show him. There it is. That's Afghanistan, where you have lived your entire life, Abdul. So that's gonna be a fail. Abdul, you will be the next suicide bomber. I think you understand, yeah. So there you go. There you go. Abdul couldn't find Afghanistan.
That was
Bummer. Bad look.
yeah. You had to translate that from. I think there was a French reporter that got him on that, right? Was that what the reporting
Afghanistan.
was they were talking about?
He just kept spinning it until someone pointed it to him, and he's like, "Right." And then he looked really dumb for a while because they were like, "What do you want
He
us to
had
do
no
now?"
idea.
One more.
It was like the first time that guy had ever held a globe.
Just spinning
Yeah.
it.
He had no idea what the globe was.
They could have been there. They could have been there all day.
First globe he's ever seen.
It's labeled.
Yeah, I mean, first he had to wrap his head around the Earth being round.
Yes, that was the problem. The Earth
And
being
find a
round
country
really
it's a lot
fucked
to
him.
ask for him.
He was like, "Can I have a sword to cut this? Flatten
New
it."
York.
You have a big shoe.
Yeah, it was labeled. He couldn't find Afghanistan. So as you can see, there's still some work to be done over at the universities there. That went about as well as if you'd asked a Taliban member to find the clitoris on a 3D vagina. Okay,
So he could cut it off.
Yeah, okay. Okay, Abdul, I'd like you to find the clitoris. You're looking. It's a trick question. There is no clitoris. There is only evil there. They can't. They can't. They can't
tough
do
for
the
Abdul.
globes or the vaginas.
No, neither. Yeah,
They're-
he's gonna be.
They're good at shooting the rockets from the duck boats, the swan boats, but
Yeah, I mean, he was great at taking over that office he was sitting in. You know, he had to
true.
take that by force from somebody. So
he did.
Look like a nice office, yeah.
Well, we paid for it.
I mean, surely it was paid for by U.S. tax dollars.
That was a U.S. That was also a U.S. paid for 3D globe. There's no way. There's no way
Yeah.
that was their
It
globe.
was absolutely an American globe. Definitely
Yeah.
getting some American AC inside that office. That's
yeah.
oh yeah.
He's gonna know where Afghanistan is now. And finally, let's head over to the land down under, where women glow and men plunder, where beer does flow and men chunder. What would you say is the animal Australia is most known for?
Kangaroo.
Okay, next. Maybe next
Koala.
most known for. Koala. Thank you. Good. What would you say the koala is most known for?
Cute.
Syphilis.
Sharp claws.
Okay, interesting guesses. Pat was pretty close. I would say they're most known for eating eucalyptus trees and sleeping 20 hours a day. They just get high all day and sleep.
That's true.
They literally sleep 20 hours a day. They are cute. They do have sharp claws, and it's not quite syphilis. They also have sex a lot, which leads to I don't know how often. I guess for the amount of time they're awake, they certainly have sex a lot because they have sex so much that they have all given themselves chlamydia. And it's gotten so bad that Australia is having to roll out a chlamydia vaccine trial amongst koalas, these kilo koalas in the country. Oh, you guys gave yourself syphilis again, or chlamydia again. Sorry.
See, I screwed you up. I feel like the Afghan Secretary of State here. I'm sorry.
Yeah, Afghanistan on the map.
I knew it was chlamydia. I don't know
Yeah,
why I said syphilis.
chlamydia.
Yeah, well, I guess the rapper AI earlier. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah.
I was meant Ti. That was all wrong.
That's why we have fact checking live
worry.
sometimes.
It's okay.
Right? It's okay. We got it. I think we got all
It was
of
Allen
those right
Iverson
eventually.
that made that song, right? The answer?
Well, I think you meant T.I., right? And AI is
That's
the
it,
and T.I. is the king of kings in Atlanta. It's close. About 400 koalas will be vaccinated as part of this vaccine trial for koalas. The reason for the vaccine and the trial is that chlamydia can make the koalas infertile, and mothers can also pass it on to their children. So if something isn't done soon, these sleepy, high, furry, cute morons will fuck themselves into extinction, literally.
They really will because they're
yeah.
all so cute. So
Yes.
they're just
Look at this guy.
So many problems. Yeah.
Look how high this guy is. Look at his eyes. Eucalyptus legalyptus. Look at that high guy.
That's good.
So why do they get high off the eucalyptus leaves again? It's like something in
it's
their
awesome.
bodies alone, right? Like,
Yeah.
Yeah. That's amazing.
Yeah, it's pretty good. So they got to stop. They need help because they're going to go extinct from disease, from venereal disease.
They're just little heathens, man. They're
Yeah.
just doing drugs and boning and getting STDs all day
They're
long.
like gremlins with fur on them.
I bet they got spines in their dicks.
Oh yeah. Can you imagine also the again
no
back to,
amount of evolutions can rid of that.
back to the
They
atom
got 'em.
sensor?
They got 'em.
They're asleep 20 hours. They probably get 150 erections in their sleep.
Yeah.
Good point.
I'm just
They
firing
just
up my
break the atom sensor.
Express VPN here, and I'm Googling that.
Yeah. There you go. And
Forked penises.
there you go. Speaking
unique,
of
yeah.
firing up your ExpressVPN, which mine is on, did you ever read the fine print that appears when you start browsing in incognito mode? It says that your activity might still be visible to your employer, your school, or your internet service provider. How can they call that incognito, guys? It's not. It's not incognito. It's not. So to really stop people from seeing the sites you visit, you need to do what Pat just did and what I do and use ExpressVPN. Think about all the times you've used Wi-Fi at a coffee shop, a hotel, or even at your parents' house. Without ExpressVPN, every site you visit could be logged in by the admin of that network, and you can see they can log it and they can see it. So that's still true even when you're not, or when you're in incognito mode. Whether you are or not, the admin can see where you went. So do you really want your parents to see what sites you were going to when you went home to visit them? No.
No, I don't
you
wanna
don't.
give them a heart attack.
Right. What's more,
Especially not when you're home for vacation. Yeah. Ooh.
forked penises again with the what is he doing? What's more, your home internet provider can also see and record your browsing data. That's terrible. And in the U.S., they're legally allowed to sell that data to advertisers. ExpressVPN is an app that encrypts all of your network data and reroutes it through a network of secure servers so that your private online activity stays just that, private. ExpressVPN works on all your devices and it's super easy to use. The app literally has one button. You tap it, connect, and your browsing activity is secure from prying eyes. So stop letting strangers invade your online privacy. Protect yourself at expressvpn.com/hardfactor. Use our link at expressvpn.com/hardfactor to get 3 extra months free. Woo, it's a quarter of the year. That's expressvpn.com/hardfactor to learn more.
It's such a good service. Such a good service.
Yes.
Get in on it.
They do have spines in their penises, by the way, too.
Oh, you
course
knew
they
they
do.
were going to.
Yeah.
Of course
You knew
they
they were
do.
going to.
Oh, it's got
You gotta
2
get
heads, too.
ExpressVPN.
Yeah, it's disgusting.
They have
Let me
2
read you
heads.
this. Let me read
You
this real quick.
you're searching it using ExpressVPN, right?
Of
Please.
course, it's always on. That's how fast
Fantastic.
ExpressVPN is.
It's easy. It's on all devices. You just click it on. It's easy.
Watching a male koala become aroused is like a scene from an alien horror film. Not only does his penis have 2 heads, it's pink, very large, prominently veined, and the greater shock is that most marsupials have forked penises.
Yeah.
heads.
And
That's
yeah,
2 penises.
it's a very gross image.
2 heads are better than 1. And now that you're nice and secure with ExpressVPN, it's time to chill out with Caliper CBD before we move on to the last story of the day. Caliper CBD is a longtime sponsor of the show. You want to know why? Because
Yes.
it kicks ass. People love to take it. It chills you out. It's completely dissolvable CBD powder that can go into any drink or food, even just straight water. It'll dissolve all the way. Exactly 20 milligrams in each packet, and you're chilling out as soon as you drink it. It helps me to de-stress from a long day or from soreness after a workout. Whatever you think it might help you with, CBD is worth a shot if you're curious about the effects, which are great. It's clinically proven to deliver 30 times more CBD in the first 30 minutes than CBD oil. All natural, vegan, non-GMO, free of fillers, added chemicals, and artificial flavors. Or try Caliper Swift Sticks. They don't just have the powder that goes into the water or whatever drink you want. They have these Swift Sticks go straight to your tongue. All the benefits of CBD now in 3 delicious all-natural flavors with the Swift Sticks. So you got the powder, goes into anything, flavorless. You can't even taste it and chills you out. You got the Swift Stick straight on the tongue. They're both amazing. Caliper CBD is the way to go. And right now, get 20% off your first order when you use promo code FACTOR at trycaliper.com/factor. Try it risk-free for 30 days. If you don't love it, they'll give you a full refund. That's trycaliper.com/factor. Don't forget promo code FACTOR for 20% off your first order. So, Pat, do you have another fact about the koalas before we?
I mean, we'll just real quick.
Whoa, that's the one I saw. That's the one I saw. It's terrible.
Oh, I don't think we're gonna have to cut that out.
we
That's
are.
YouTube. might
YouTube's not
that.
gonna like that. No,
They won't know what it is. Well,
that looks
yeah.
like a turkey,
It says
turkey
it.
leg, chicken
No, I
leg.
mean, it
Oh,
looks like- it
now
looks
it's got to
like a
cut it
horror
out
movie.
twice. Now you
That
got to
looks
do
like a
2
horror
chops.
movie.
Oh,
Whew, I'm gonna need some Caliper after that to chill.
that is upsetting.
That's spiny.
That's a stressful image.
One of the sleep all
Wash
day.
that down with a tall, cool glass of Caliper CBD. Promo code FACTOR for 20% off your first order. All right, last story of the day. And we're going to talk about a manhunt. A few manhunts, actually. But the first one, the most prominent one, the Brian Laundrie manhunt. Nothing like a good old manhunt, fellas. I've got a juicy update on the best one in a while. Gabby Petito's murderous ex, Brian Laundrie. And here he is, in case you forgot what he looked like. There he is, a classic, bald beard, skinny guy, kind of in shape combo. Old Brian Laundrie.
I think it's really important to look at how skinny he is. I don't think people understand that build. And then he's been on the run. He is slim.
Yeah, he's slim.
He's a size medium. Like we've covered, the feds have been searching for Brian Laundrie in every park, nature park, from Florida to Maine, because he's a hiking freak. And they got a tip that they were finally closing in on him at the lodge at Fontana Village Resort in the Smoky Mountains of North Carolina. So this is where he was allegedly staying at this lodge.
He was staying at a lodge with 20 other units. Sure. Okay.
Yep, with a pool
Yep.
in the Smoky Mountains. Yep.
Right.
So when they got the tip, the feds, that Brian Laundrie was holed up there in that lodge in the Smoky Mountains, the U.S. Marshals burst onto the scene and into the room where he was sleeping with what must have been his new girlfriend. The Marshals had their riot shields, their gun, their tactical gear, everything.
A whole
you
family
need.
with them, a new family.
He moves quick, that Brian Laundrie. But you got to remember, the feds haven't exactly been their sharpest the last few months, and every other guy, literally 50% of the Appalachian Trail, looks nearly identical to Brian Laundrie. So, of course, instead of finding Brian Laundrie, they found Severin Beckwith
And this is what I'm talking about.
with his
Not
girlfriend.
Not as slim.
Yeah,
Different build.
Slight resemblance.
Different build.
Yeah.
he looks
every guy-
kind of like him. I mean,
Every
Yeah,
guy they
kinda.
find that looks like this is thicker than.
He's got a beard and he's bald. That's good
What
enough
do
for the U.S.
do they think
Marshals.
do they think he's been eating steaks on the run? He's going to be even skinnier.
That's the funniest part, Wes. This guy, I'm a skip ahead. He actually has hair, so he just fucked up because he wears hats everywhere. Look at him.
Hilarious.
This is what he really looks like without a hat on. So this guy is just walking around the fucking Appalachian Trail everywhere with his face and his beard that looks like Brian Laundrie, but he actually has hair. So if he just walked around without a hat, if
No,
anybody
but that's-
looks like Brian Laundrie,
but
take your
but
fucking hat off.
Everyone else wears like a do-rag or like a handkerchief thing. Everyone looks bald because
All the
they all,
hikers.
Put his picture
Right.
up. He looks
All the
bald
hikers.
in that do-rag picture.
Right, yeah, that's what I'm saying, Wes. He rocks a
Yeah.
do-rag
Right.
and a hat all
Everyone
the time.
does that.
So-
Every
so
hiker rocks that.
Everybody thinks this guy's bald, but he's not. Here's a picture of him. He had hair. He just needed to take off the hat. Anyways, somebody at the marina reported him because he saw people taking his picture. Obviously, he knows he looks kind of like Brian Laundrie. The U.S. Marshals advised him to shave the beard off after they probably made him shit his pants.
Don't go hiking anymore. That's what they said.
Right. But
Fuck
literally,
you is how you respond to the U.S. Marshals
Right.
as they bust in you while you're napping at
Shave
the
your
lodge.
beard.
They've been chasing this lead for 2 fucking weeks. 2 weeks ago, it came up that he might be on the Appalachian Trail, and this is how they end it.
This is the best they got, Pat. But literally, he just could take the hat off because he's got some hair left. And anyway, Beckwith's girlfriend, Anna Bretman, also got busted in on. She was in the room, potentially nude, when the feds stormed the place. Beckwith got the shit scared out of him with all the riot shields and the guns in his face. And all they got in return was their room comp for one night and a free breakfast the next day. Regarding the breakfast, Beckwith said, "It was a buffet. We took as much as we could."
Yeah.
So, real classy stuff there from the U.S. government.
One free tour of the U.S. Marshals building.
Hey, why don't you shave your beard, okay? Make life a little easier on all of us.
You're
okay?
the one causing the problems, beardo.
Yeah. Hey, sorry, pal.
Why don't you get your stupid beard and get out of here?
Really hope they
Well,
have
maybe
some
if you
actual
didn't have
leads.
a beard, I wouldn't be in your hotel room right now.
He just shows him a picture of Brian with a beard. You see this guy?
No, that's
He
not
had
the
a
mirror.
Yeah,
that's
that's
you.
Look at him. You look
Shave
too
your
much like
beard.
this fella. Wow. Really, yeah.
That's terrible.
Hope they can do something better than that. Also, Manhunt related, more bad news for the feds. There are still at least 100 and potentially hundreds of U.S. citizens and green card holders left behind in Afghanistan, and up to 75,000 Afghan allies. Would be nice for the feds to look into that manhunt as well. And finally, in the manhunt section, a man on the hunt. It's reported that Coach O was so horny after the national title and his divorce from his wife that he was hitting on pregnant chicks in parking lots and allowing his girlfriends to come to practice and bring their kids.
I heard about the girlfriends. Yeah.
So there's a lot of bad rumors coming out now that the firing is official. I would like to just remind everybody, these are reports. What we know for sure is that Coach O is getting paid $17 million in a buyout clause to sit on his ass through 2025. And we'll always have the 2019 season. But I think that he may have got the manhunt put on him because of all his man on the hunt tactics.
Right. So, well, look, that's a lot
plus
of
the losses.
A lot of money to have. A lot of money to have to go to those pool parties underneath Ray Baker with those blonde girlfriends, right?
That's right. He's going to be having a good time.
I think he'll be okay.
Good for him.
I think he'll be okay. Yeah, put the pool penny. Put the pool
17
picks
million,
back up. Yeah.
17 million, no job to do.
Look at the one in the bed.
How often do you think?
He's all right.
How often do you think he clogs a toilet?
Oh,
Coach O, probably a week, every week.
Once a week.
He
Once
might
a week when
intimidate. He might intimidate the turds down the toilet. Here, go down there.
He screams them in. He probably has like a weekly meal, Pat. Like, oh, it's Thursday. I'm gonna get my big po' boy today. And like when he gets the big po' boy, like the special one that they have for him, and then he clogs the toilet. Like
He has to go to a specific toilet after that meal.
every night.
I mean, imagine the looks.
I gotta sleep downstairs tonight.
The prescription toilet. Imagine the looks he gets when he asks to use someone's restroom. Just
Oh yeah. Give me the key.
yeah.
Coach O's the best, man.
He'll be fine. He'll get hired at whenever he wants to again too. Yeah, he just had too much fun after the Natty. He'll get hired again. He's got a lot of money. He's got a good record.
Some interesting articles. I think The Athletic was the one that broke most of that stuff.
That's all harmless fun. It's just distracting to the team. So they wanted, yeah.
Right, like literally, this is definitely unsubstantiated. I haven't seen pictures of it, but they were claiming that like girlfriends' kids were like getting into line at drills and practice.
Right, and like and the girlfriend's like yelling at the players and stuff.
Right.
Like, what do you? Yeah, like which is not acceptable.
Coach,
for
I'm
pros
sorry,
like,
hungover.
Yeah.
Inviting her to practice. Come on,
Right.
sweetie, come on.
She wants to blow the whistle.
That's fine because he's a fucking coach of a football team. He can do whatever the fuck he wants, bro.
Right, but then they can also fire him for too much of that.
And a lot of his players could transfer, which they did. They could have a lot of losses, and he could get fired, and that's what happened. But
Still can't beat the 2019 season. So
no, you can't. We'll always have that, and that's the Manhunt. And that's going to do it for Hard Factor today. Thank you, as always, for listening. If you've got a second and you want to support the show, follow at Hard Factor News on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, YouTube, Instagram, TikTok, and Twitter. Turn on notifications, downloads, whatever you can. Anything you do on that front helps us grow the show. Check out patreon.com/hardfactor for bonus podcasts, including a brand new Hive Hour about the Facebook metaverse. Pat, it's insane. It's a VR reality. It's
I've been
crazy.
reading about it.
Yeah, well,
we did
chat
like
about it on
we did
the
like a
Hive.
35-minute deep dive into what's going to happen.
We're gonna have to get your take on it next
Yeah.
time because there's some interesting possibilities with that metaverse. Also, check out hardfactor.com for merch, but most importantly, have a great fucking day.